Hi there, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jim, and we are A Tig of Your Own.
Welcome to another Motivational Monday.
Let's get motivated.
Woo! Yay! Molly's here.
Yes, she is. She's right there.
She is. And
so you may hear her during this. We apologize, but
that's how you know this was live.
Yes.
when puppies decide that they want to talk. So we're into the Christmas season.
We are.
If you follow the Christian calendar, we're into Advent right now. Just had the third Sunday of Advent happen. Well into the Christmas season. Hanukkah's coming on Christmas Day. And then you got Kwanzaa. Lots of stuff going on right now.
Yes.
Your favorite holiday is coming up.
Yes. Winter solstice.
Yes.
And that's because that's when that's the shortest day of the year.
It is.
And after that, the days start to get longer.
Yes.
And I know that eventually I will get to see sunshine again.
Summer is on its way.
Yeah, summer's on its way.
And you also have Festivus coming up.
Festivus, sure do. That's the 21st, right?
23rd.
Yeah, Festivus, 23rd. 23rd is right. Festivus is 23rd. Solstice 21st.
Correct.
So Festivus is also one of my favorite holidays.
Yep.
It's the holiday for the rest of us.
It is. It is.
And I like it because there's not much to it.
No.
Unfortunately, they don't give us a day off for that. I wish they would. Really should.
I think everybody should have off.
I think everybody should have off Festivus.
Yeah,
yes.
and then they could eat
Then
their
they just-
meatloaf
yes,
and have
then
airing of the grievances.
Airing of the grievances, my favorite part. And then the feats of strength, which I lose now because, of my knees. So it's not as much fun as it used to be when I dominated the feats of strength. But, that's what happens when you get older, I guess.
and you're definitely older.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. We're well into holiday season right now. As I mentioned, for those of you who follow the Christian religions, you know it's Advent time. Advent time is a time of preparation because you're preparing for Christmas.
For winter and Christmas, yes.
And Tom Petty sings a song.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite songs. In fact, it's my favorite Tom Petty song. Is The Waiting.
Yeah, I know it's not your favorite song. I know what your favorite song is.
Yes.
I still don't understand why, but I know.
So Tom Petty tells us the waiting is the hardest part. And right now, I think people can really comprehend that.
Yes.
They can identify with it.
I know I can
relate.
identify with it more so this year than I think all but 1 year. There was another year in my life where but it was the waiting for something to be over with. So it wasn't actually the waiting for, and something good to come, because then you're finished with something that was very difficult.
Yeah.
So I think those are the two times, the two times right now. And then in 1990, when we were preparing for Desert Storm, I think there were a lot of people in my boots at that point where we were just waiting and waiting and waiting. It's like, when is this going to happen? When are we going to be able to do this and be done with it?
Yep.
Because that was the main thing that everybody really wanted. So just let's get this over with.
Yes.
Because we knew what was going to happen. It wasn't a big mystery.
No.
Yeah. So we know what the outcome was going to be. Yeah. It was just a matter of let's get this done. And so that's the waiting. Yeah. And you have that at the holiday season.
You do.
Kids.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
I am very thankful that we do not have small children that we are responsible for at this point.
We're finished with that.
Yes.
Unless we decide to adopt or foster or something at some point down the road.
I don't see that happening.
Okay. So that's not going to happen.
That season of our life has come and gone. And so we're in a new season now. However, most people understand when Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers would sing "The waiting is the hardest part," because they understand. Anytime that you're anticipating something, anytime that you've got, like you said, either an event that's about to happen that you're excited about it happening, or one that you really don't want to happen, but you just want to get through it. And so the waiting part, the part where you're preparing, the part where you are leading up to, that event. That's really the hardest part, because once it happens, that's the easy part.
Right. Then it's there.
Then
There
it's
you
there,
are.
and you're done.
Yeah.
It's all that time leading up to it, and the longer you know about it, the longer you're waiting.
So how does that relate to us and with our businesses and what we do in serving people?
So one of the things that you actually wanted to talk about today
Mhm.
was how people look, especially when there's somebody like us. Okay, we are a prime example of this. The services that we provide, even though you need our services every single day of the year, this time of the year, you're not thinking about it.
Right.
And so how easy would it be for us to say, well, it's December.
Yeah. We're not going to do this.
We don't need to do this.
Yeah. We don't need to do this.
We don't need to prepare.
Right.
What are we waiting for? We're literally waiting for next year when everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, training. I need to do that.
Right. Because we hear that a lot when we're talking to employers.
Mm-hmm.
And, especially if we're talking to them, and sometimes even as early as September or October.
Oh my gosh,
But yes, or get into November and they say, but we're so close to the holidays. And yeah, we'll just wait until after the first of the year. And then we get into the first of the year and they suddenly realize, whoa, okay, we have all this stuff that we need to do.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it still gets pushed off,
yeah.
even though it's incredibly important because, having people like us come into an organization and work with their folks. One, their people are getting a perspective from outside of the organization, which means quite often they're more likely to pay attention and listen, as opposed to they were receiving the same exact instruction from somebody within their organization. Psychological thing, not sure why people do that, but they do. So it's important that they bring us in. It's important that they make sure that they lock it in, so they set it aside and they make that a priority, because let's face it, people are your priority.
Yes.
And it's not just your people, but it's knowing how to connect with them. It's knowing how to interact with them. It's knowing how to lead them properly. Mm-hmm. And with what I'm doing right now, I'm seeing a fair number of people that are in leadership positions that, quite frankly, aren't very good at it.
No.
And some of them are weeding out and they leave, so they're self-selecting. Mm-hmm. But there are some others that stick around and they think they're doing a fantastic job, and that they're not. It's amazing.
But there are people out there who look at waiting as an opportunity to push things off.
That is exactly right.
And so this time of year, many people do that. They say, oh, well, it's the holiday season. We can't get anything done. We'll just wait.
We'll just wait.
And unfortunately, that's not necessarily beneficial to some people.
Right. That's why the idea of the waiting being the hardest part takes a different meaning. Mm-hmm. When you think about that by waiting to do these things, now you're playing catch up later on. Mm-hmm. You're looking at, oh my goodness, we should have started this 3 months ago. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, because the problems that you had back in the summer and the fall that you needed the training for don't go away during the holidays.
Yeah, they don't go away just because it's the holidays.
No.
They're put on hold, but then they reappear, and sometimes they reappear and they're even worse than they were before, because people have had a chance to go take a break. Mm-hmm. They've stopped and thought about things, and they've changed their minds, or they're doing something else, and who knows what. And all of a sudden you've got a situation, especially if you have a situation where you really need to take care of something dealing with your people, and you didn't do it. Those things just get worse. Yeah. They don't get better if you just ignore them. They will just fester. They will, and again, that's something I'm seeing a lot of, where there's these situations that have occurred. People thinking that they've been able to do one thing, which is the incorrect thing, for so long they've gotten away with it, that then trying to go in and correct the behavior is difficult. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
And so so in that case, the waiting is the hardest part. Me takes on the idea that if you wait too long to take care of these situations, you're going to have even bigger problems.
Yeah. And your problems are bad enough as they are. You don't need to expand.
Yes.
So even if you think right now isn't a good time for training,
it's a good time for training. As a matter of fact, I think the holidays are the best time. And here's why: you have time.
you do.
You now have some time. And yes, I understand people are going to go away. You know, they're taking breaks, they're taking vacations, that kind of stuff. So you may not be able to catch everybody that you need to, but most organizations, you're going to have enough people sticking around that, you know, you can take that downtime and use it productively, as opposed to, you know, what I've seen in some of the multiple numbers of the places where I have worked before, where usually about the beginning of December and certainly as late as, you know, as the middle of December, people just check out.
Yeah.
Mentally, they're still there physically, but mentally they're gone.
You're paying them.
And you're paying them to be there so they can, you know, eat cookies and listen to Christmas tunes and you know, do whatever else it is, go to the Christmas party and yeah.
It's fun.
Yes, but they're not doing much of anything
No,
else.
they're not being
and
very
you're
productive.
paying them for that lack of productivity. And you know, you should take a different mindset and say, you know what, this is downtime. Let's get some people in here. Let's do some training. You know, we're not going to don't make it heavy training. Don't make it stuff where, you know, it's going to blow people's minds. But, you know, certainly have people come in and, you know, do light training.
Yeah.
Just to keep people on their toes, keep them sharp, give them something productive to do.
Do something like the leadership game.
Lots
of fun. We'll figure out what's going well, what isn't going so well. You could do disc training. Lots of fun where you can figure out different communication and leadership
You could do something you just did recently with a big group of vision boards.
Oh yeah,
that's a great one, because then you're getting your people set up for success for the next year. Because what you're doing is you're creating a visual representation of what it is that they want to accomplish. And that's a fun thing to do, easy to do, but it is really, really powerful. Like you said, along with disc and leadership game.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that you could do that, like you said, not super heavy, but still it helps improve skills and people can put things into action right away.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And so you're not losing time waiting for the new year to happen.
And then the thing to do is make sure that everybody realizes that you really need to be working right up until, you know, at least the 22nd or 23rd, because again, that's company time, company money that's being wasted there when you're not doing that. And then you have your downtime, and there's a lot of organizations where they just shut down for the week between Christmas and New Year's, and that's probably a good idea. We'll talk a little more about that next week, why that's a good idea.
Yeah. But so for this week, you know, if you're waiting for the holidays, they're almost here. Don't wait though to get your training done.
Yes, it's a great time to get your training finished.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right. So if they wanted us to do some training for them, because the clock is ticking. If you want us to do some training for you, whether it's now or even after the first of the year.
Even after the first, if you can't get it in now,
at least schedule it.
You can call us and we can schedule it and get you on on our schedule for next year.
All right. So what would they call?
They'd call our phone number, 412-420-7975. They can also send us text message. So we can do that. If you don't want to talk on the phone, send us texts. We will respond to you. But, I don't know about you. I prefer talking on the phone because you can get a lot more information.
Oh, yeah.
And take care of things faster, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the downside to texting. Texting is for really short things. Phone is for when you have longer conversations. You can also send us an email, info@ateagueofyourown.com. Make sure you spell Teague right. That's Teague. It's like baseball league with a T instead of an L.
It's right
there.
Right there.
You can also go to our website, conveniently called ateagueofyourown.com. Same exactly as the email. And then we are also on social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel where we have all of these Motivational Mondays there with the categories listed of what we did, the topics. They're all recorded. We've been doing this now for, I don't know,
It'll be
4 years,
5 years in March.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going up on 5 years of these. So just about any topic that you can think of,
Lots of
we've
stuff.
got them in there when it deals with, leadership, communication, teamwork, influence. It's all in there.
Yeah.
And you can go back and watch whatever you want. The only thing we ask is if you visit our websites and especially the YouTube channel, please like and subscribe.
Yes.
That helps us out so we can continue to bring you the content.
Yep.
At no cost to you.
Excellent. All right. So keep waiting for the holidays. They will be here.
They will be
before
here.
you know it.
They'll be here and they'll be gone.
Yes.
Quickly.
And off you'll go.
Yes.
Contact us for your training.
Mm-hmm.
And
let's get you started right in the new year.
Yes. And we will see you next week.
All right.
Bye everyone.